Salvete, comodo tu te habes, nomen mihi est Dietucus, but you can call me Jett today. And we are going to be playing Haven. An absolutely fantastic game. I have been enjoying immensely. I recently done an update where you have these three different options for K and U. We're going to play with the ones which are in the intro scene, the boy and girl version. And we're just going to skip through this and get straight into this cutscene. Taking a good little tour through the nest there. Nest being the name of the ship.
What's that you got cooking?
Apple dew stew with apple dews.
Didn't we have that yesterday? Or the day before?
No. Yesterday it was baked apple dew with apple dews, and the day before it was fried apple dews.
Oh, that's one way of mixing it up.
I remember now.
Sorry, I'm doing what I can to switch up our meals. But in my defense, we have a pretty limited set of ingredients.
I am absolutely and utterly intolerant to apples, so this would be hell on earth for me. Not that I complain.
Hey, I wasn't complaining. I'm glad that you're doing the cooking. Otherwise I'd be eating, I guess, apple juice.
Oh, did you have a chance to look at the engine?
Yeah, it does seem like it took some damage upon landing, but I should be able to fix that real quick.
I also have some good news.
What's that?
I love you.
Oh, way up, chef. Okay, we're not even 4 minutes into the video. Am I gonna have to get out the modesty leaf? Guys. Oh, that helps.
The lights off. Works for me.
No, I didn't do that. We must have run out of flow.
Weren't you supposed to charge up the nest today?
Excuse me if I was working on the engine. I can't do everything.
No worries. I'll go get some more outside. If I'm lucky, I'll stumble upon something to spice up the apple dews.
I'll come with you.
Okay. And here we are now as I stumble through the tutorial. And I do mean stumble. Well, it takes me a little while to get used to the controller and the way it works. I mean, just look at how beautiful this place is. Honestly. The setting for this whole game is incredible. You get to go through and experience it throughout the different time zones as well. In the evening where it's all nice and orange skies with the floating rocks around, it's absolutely beautiful. Hopefully we'll get some good gameplay later on to be able to take you through. But the true joy of this game, honestly, is these two characters here.
Apple juice again.
Who knows how long we're going to be stuck here? We might as well
I mean, they
Over there,
They-
a flow thread.
play off each other so well and they're written so organically. A beautiful relationship. Just how they be able to
Perfect.
take on and,
Although it seems like one thread won't be enough.
No worries, we'll find others.
you know, how they're playing off each other and how they adapt to the different situations that the game will put them through.
I don't know. 3? Maybe 4?
Well, I've got 2. It's truly incredible.
Sorry, birds. We didn't see you.
And it's just such a fun to just play the game with them.
Try again? Yes! Just like that.
Drifting
Good thing there
is
are
one of the
plenty
few
flow threads
things.
around here.
It is, but drifting is one of the few things I really struggle to nail throughout this game. But I mean, look, you can already start to see we've used
Is that useful?
It's crucial. It allows you to change direction without having to stop all the time.
Do I do that?
We all do it.
it's not as crucial. You can walk, they will moan at you for it though. But you can see as we gain
1 or 2
flow,
more threads, and we'll be all set.
like you can see that use headband, not headband, a little bow at the edge of her hair has started to glow up, and Kay's little amulet does as well. And they fly together and they hold hands as you just caught there. And these little subtle details throughout the game. It's really good.
Have you ever seen such a thing?
No, never. Must be an endemic species. And I know it wasn't here yesterday. I mean, 24 hours ago. You know what I'm saying. I wonder if it's edible.
Only one way to find out.
Yes,
It really is.
you're right. I'll pick up some berries and run some tests. First, we'll need to observe any cutaneous reactions. Then we'll cook them to eliminate bacteria.
Mmm. It's peppery.
You did not.
Go ahead. Try it. I'm sure you'll love it.
Oh, yeah. That is peppery.
Lightweight. Off we go. Let's pick these.
I'm not sure these will go great with the apple dews. But where there's a meal, there's a way.
You know what doesn't go great with apple dews? Apple dews.
See, it's what a great way to introduce both of the different contrasts to these characters. You have Kay there, very scientifically looking through. He's thinking about what the implications of the plant is,
Alright, I'm all charged up.
Me too.
the proper way of doing it, whereas you is just that far more impulsive as a person. Instantly, there is only one way of doing it. Both of them have exactly the complete opposite ideas of how to actually do it, and it's done so organically, with you just immediately eating it, and you can tell she's eating it because her portrait changes while Kay's looking away thinking, and it's done natural, and they don't, you know, there's no conflict between the two. Kay will give in with you eating and will eat it as well, and it's those sorts of moments for this game which just, you know, really sort of bring these characters to life. Not just as scripted, you know, NPCs or beings, but actual people almost.
All good. This should last us a few days.
Now it's our turn to fill up.
Huh?
I'm hungry.
You is always hungry. Oh, it takes me forever to learn this cooking bit. Absolutely awful I am at it.
Done. Roasted apple dews with apple dews.
I can't tell if you're actually excited about this, or if you just enjoy seeing me suffer.
How long do you think this is gonna last?
The flow? Well, if we keep our consumption in check, I think a few days.
No, I meant us. Us here. How long until they come get us?
Do we have to talk about this?
We are going to.
We are going to need to at some point. We need to be prepared. We need a plan.
I'm planning on finishing my plate without hearing about the apiary. Is that okay?
Okay. Okay.
And FYI, you are the one that ruined the mood, not me.
I mean, it is something that we are going to have to, you know, you two are going to have to talk about it. We are. Christ, I'm already involved.
You?
All right, let's talk about it. Fine.
I was just gonna ask if you could switch off the light.
Oh.
You've been mulling it over this whole time?
Of course I've been mulling it over this whole time. Thank you for adding one more thing to my mind.
Hold on. Are you telling me you hadn't thought about it before?
You know what? No, I hadn't thought about it. I'm trying not to think about the apiary. Enjoy what we have here, even if it isn't much. Do you really think that they can come get us here?
If we could take the flow bridge here, then so can they.
But there's no way they can know where we are, is there? I cut off the autonav, the astrolock. Even the landing was all manual.
I'm just saying, let's prepare for the worst.
Oh, what a choice.
At worst, I kill them.
Whoa, you.
What? If that's what it takes not to go back, I'll do it. No problem. Kill them, steal their ship. By the time they send more guys, we'll be far away.
You're seriously not considering...
Maybe not. Maybe I am. At worst, we'll know.
You're scaring me.
Oh, come on. You're totally safe. You're my teddy bear.
I'm not sure how I should take this.
Well, take me in your arms for a start.
And watch you sprite here, because there's something else which struck me on the second reviewing. That little end with her eyes flick open. That tells a lot about how you's thinking at that point. Of how she's acting tough, rather than being tough.
You aren't dressed yet?
I put on my pajamas.
I mean, to get out.
Well, see, I was just wondering, do we have to get out? Can't we just hang in the nest for once? Lounge around, read a book, watch a movie?
We don't have movies.
What?
Right, sure, but you know what I mean.
Oh, Christ. Weather's great then.
Come on, the weather's great.
But the weather is always great.
True.
For now, who knows? Tomorrow could be the beginning of the long winter months. Could last for years. One more reason to stock up on apple juice.
Also true.
You know, always being right is not necessarily a good quality. On the contrary, many people find it very unappealing.
You?
Not sure.
Fair enough. Well, that whole conversation is just another fantastic example of how they're building on the characters almost immediately. Because neither of them have acted out of sorts from what we've seen in the first few little bits of... I found out how to sprint. I forgot about this. Christ. Such a good button to have found out at that point.
Do you remember where the apple juice were?
Could we try and pick something else for a change?
I was getting distracted there. Such a good... building on what they're... were building on constantly what they're trying to do over and over, without feeling out of sorts, out of character, and also not feeling like
It's shaking. It's shaking a lot.
okay, seismic activity. This can never be good. Oh.
Is it over?
Seems like it. Anything broken?
No, I don't think so. Well, except...
It's not all lost.
It's not all lost.
well,
Just hanging off
it
a cliff.
is. A bit.
Look, we can always search the islet, try and find a way to get to the other side.
Such as...
I don't know. A rope, a jetpack, spring-loaded shoes, anything.
I've seen them all done. Okay, that one.
And if we don't find it?
If we don't find... I don't know. That's why we'll have to find something.
Okay.
I don't think I finished my thought for the other one. But yeah, we'll just skate around. Landscape's still looking beautiful. We still have our health. You know, still got a fair bit of flow. It's not all that bad, surely.
I think I found
I
something.
mean, I think I found something.
Call me crazy, but this looks like a Bluton?
Yep, it looks like a flow bridge. Kind of like the one we took to get here. But smaller?
Is that possible?
Why not?
Why not? We still don't really know how the flow bridges work in space, but if the phenomenon can happen on a macro scale, then why not on this one? If there can be flow between two planets, why not two bits of a planet?
I mean, it all makes
Okay.
sense to me.
If
Exactly.
this really is a flow bridge, I'm not sure what we're waiting for.
What?
Flow bridges are linking one place to another, right? So this one definitely leads someplace.
Wait, you want to just get on there without knowing where it goes?
Better than here.
It goes elsewhere. I think that's as good a start as any.
Exactly.
Huh.
I know for a fact that I would be, in this sort of situation, I would be a lot more like Kay than I'm acting. But at the other time, you know, on the other hand, you're just sort of on this rock with nowhere else to go apart from that flow bridge. Of course you're going to go down it. What else can you do?
Do we have everyone? Okay?
Here.
Here.
Then we're good.
Looks like we're on another islet.
Yeah. The bridge seems to be a link between the islets. If there are any others like this, we may be able to get back to the nest.
Music's kicking in. This whole game's done really well. As I dunk straight into the water. Like I said,
Make
it's
sure I don't get squished.
I have a bit of a trouble with this learning curve.
I got a big one.
Okay, don't take that the wrong way. But you know, I don't really need to finish that thought I was having earlier. The game does a
Do you see what I'm
fantastic job of it.
A big ugly lizard?
seeing? No, the mushrooms on its back. Looks like a type of Hygroscybrubescens.
Ah. Is that good news?
No idea.
Like, can we eat it?
No idea.
Oof. Not at all.
Okay then.
Unless you're looking for a quick way to unload your kidneys.
There's always a use.
Don't you find that symbiosis amazing? The movements of the lizard are helping spread the spores. As far as what the lizard is gaining, I'll have to study that closer.
Could always be a parasite.
Maybe it has bad hygiene. Maybe what you call symbiosis is just a fungal infection.
Not where I was going with that.
That's a possibility. We'd have to get a sample to...
Stop. Touch one of those mushrooms and you won't touch me again. Ever.
Damn. Okay, we'll scratch the lizard then. For the record, you just have to leave the button. I was spamming the A button at that point. You leave the button, you give it a good scratch. But, learning curve. This is what the this is what the bulk of your gameplay is like. You travel the island, you explore it,
Thought it smelled good around here.
you pick up your fruit and veg, you scratch your animals. Combat comes in a couple of later islets. Not too sure if we'll get to see it in this first video or whether it'll be a nice treat for the second. Okay, I'll probably cut it here. See you in the next islet.
Wow. That's... Actually... What is that?
We should take a closer look.
It's purple is what it is.
Great.
Any idea what's underneath our feet, Mr. Geologist?
Wow. Oh, he's blushing.
A biologist.
Isn't that the same thing?
Biology, the living, geology, the rocks.
And what makes you think this is not living, pray tell?
Good point then.
It looks like a dust deposition. Some kind of rust. And it looks like this kind of rust is particularly sensitive to flow.
What?
Look beneath your feet.
Oh. There's vegetation underneath. It was probably smothered.
So it's
Good thing we
bad
came this
purple.
way.
That way. Look. It looks like the rust has formed into a bigger chunk.
U-turn!
It doesn't work if you warn me.
So this is the next step for your gameplay really. You go to islets and you got to clear them from rust, and later on you will be able to unlock fast travel, and As you can see, sometimes there's hidden goodies underneath the rust. Sometimes the rust will corrupt some of the creatures around. That's your basis for your combat. But you really want to go through and collect as much of this rust as possible, because it's a very, very valuable resource once you start to unlock some of the other bits and pieces later on. I mean, you can see that I am desperately struggling with these controls. And I don't think I get too much better about it. I'm still not brilliant halfway through the game as we record it.
Now I'm hungry.
I know, right? Yum.
You get these lovely little interactions with them every time you tap something or you do something, and even when you're just messing about with the controls.
Pinching my butt in passing.
How could I possibly achieve that?
As if on cue. There you go, you know, and it's just such a well-made, enjoyable game right the way through. Cannot speak highly enough for it. Pretty good drift there.
Even the appledew shrubs are completely covered.
I hope this one will yield some nice and juicy fruit to thank us.
We can all dream, I suppose. I'm sure it'll cook exactly the same.
Another flow bridge.
Even flow bridges underneath it.
It means there must be. That's it. That was the last one.
Clearly. We're breathing a lot easier without all this rust.
There we are, look, there's a big scratch. Well, that's it. You go through and you clear the island. Now I could just jump straight onto the flow bridge. I'm just chasing this flow for whatever reason. Follow it all the way back. Got a full flow gauge at the top left. Just having a bit of fun, I suppose.
We should find the nest if we keep going north.
Explain to me how you know which way north is on this planet?
We should find the nest if we keep going straight ahead.
Once again.
Thank you.
Another fair point, and another brilliant exchange between these two characters. Really sort of shows how they mesh together despite being completely different archetypes.
Come on. Don't be scared.
A big bug like you?
You know, it really sort of creates a wonderful sense of how organic these two characters are, and how much like a real relationship that these two are in. You know, they're not just two characters written to fulfill purposes. They're here and they're living and they're breathing in this world alongside you. Sort of this overseer as you control them and chase them through all these different islands and on this beautiful planet, which the creators of this game, the game bakers, have made for us to experience. I hope that I'm able to, through the gameplay, through this and all the rest of it, that I'm able to take you through the story of this game and be able to impact.
I thought this planet was supposed to be a desert.
Deserted, not a desert. According to the archives, a colonization plan had been considered by the apiary, with Exonova as the main provider. But the planet was eventually classified as inhospitable.
Let me guess.
High seismic activity.
High seismic activity?
I don't know. The file doesn't say anything about that.
I hope we don't have any more unpleasant surprises.
I don't know, mate, for interesting gameplay. But that might just be me.
This is so slow. We're not going anywhere.
So?
Again, even in these little interactions between each other, just through regular gameplay, you can still see that they're still building on these character types, still playing off each other really well. I cannot speak highly enough about these two characters and their relationship and how well it's portrayed and written. The writers have done a fantastic job. See, my little flow bar in the bottom meter is starting to deplete a little bit, and that's what happens when you collect rust. It's not a infinite resource. You do have to go and collect these flow threads if you do run out of flow, and you just end up just basically pushing the rust away instead of removing it, which I don't struggle with during this playthrough. But when I first played it years ago, I constantly ran out of flow because I just was not patient enough to sit on these islands and take in these flow threads and really sort of take in this experience, which is something which I'm very grateful to have learned.
The lucky ones.
What are they?
You've never heard of boba nuts? They're one of the most nutritious nuts. 25% carbohydrates, 50% protein, 75% lipids.
Do I make a joke about nutritious
That adds
nuts?
up to 150%.
Precisely. A great mystery of modern science.
You're pulling
Sure,
my
sure.
leg, aren't you?
Maybe. But once you have a taste of my boba salad, you will forget all about it.
What a fun nut. It's one of the things which I've really been grateful for having during the pandemic, is the ability to be able to sit with my thoughts and have the time